Welcome to Cristiano TV. We're now with the Word Alive. So your latest record, Life Cycles, came out in July via Fearless Records. How have the fans responded to it?
I would say that we've had the best crowd reaction that we've ever had, and that's in large part due to the new songs. I feel they're just better written songs. I feel that they have more parts that are kind of geared towards the live show, and then ultimately, just since I think it's written better, I think people have connected with the songs a lot deeper than they have, maybe the majority of our past stuff. So it's just taking the live show, to the next level.
I'm sure it's more fun to play some new stuff on stage.
Always, yeah, it always is.
I know you're always doing backflips on stage. Where's one of the craziest places you've done a backflip?
One time in Europe, there was a drum riser that was probably almost up to my head, pretty high, and I did a backflip off of that, and it seemed like I was just in the air for forever. And the guys were like, "Don't do it tonight, like you're gonna break your neck," and I was like, "I'm not gonna do it." And then just sometimes, it happens a lot actually, like before the show I'll be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do it tonight, it's too dangerous or it doesn't make sense to," and then I'd say about 30 to 40% of those times I'm like, just right before I tap the guys, I'm like, "I'm doing it," and so they're like, "No," but they like just get out of the way hoping that they don't cause me to break my neck. So that was probably it's definitely the highest I've done it live, and I landed it, so I was pretty stoked.
Have you ever climbed something that was like too high and we're like, no, fuck that?
No, because how I do it is I will only do it off of our stage risers or the drum riser, and we've never played. I mean, that show was the highest drum riser we've ever played on. If it was like As I Lay Dying's drum riser, there'd be no way, because that thing's like 10 feet high, but
Be a body cast.
yeah, but for us, most everything, that's the highest one I've ever seen. So I can do it off pretty much anything that I've been on, and I wonder, I don't know, I've never really tested how high up I could go and still do it.
I know Zach is part of a fundraiser that like raises money through video games. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's actually, the whole band it's just he's the one who has a Xbox Live account. Some of us have PlayStation or other things, so but it's Team Dragon, and we just we got hit up, and we had told our label Fearless multiple times that if there's anything cool that we can do that can help with any number of situations or businesses or different opportunities to help someone else, like we'd be happy to, and they presented us this concept of playing video games, which especially Zach does all the time, and it's like, if we can play video games and help raise money for a good cause, then it makes sense.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, so we're like, yeah, we'll be on board for that, so
sweet, man.
Hopefully it goes well.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Easy. My first job, I was like the assistant janitor, and started like 7th, 8th grade, and had to help pay for bills, help pay for stuff around the house and all that good stuff, and I was just the trash guy, like, and all the really, really, really shitty parts of being a janitor, I did that, and it was not very fun. People would kick over like the trash when I was like taking it down the hall, and so it's all good. I got the last laugh. Most of those people have like hit me up for like Warped Tour, like guest list passes, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. Sorry, sorry if you can't say that.
No, but it's all good.
So they changed that, and in high school, like I became like one of, like, I guess you could say, like, sports stars. Like I did like every sport, and it stopped like my freshman year when I was like beating all those kids at everything they did.
Good.
So,
God, it's like a good satisfying.
Oh, I was
like,
so
for
happy.
Me, and it's not even me.
When I was in 8th grade, actually, this is probably when it started. I actually beat like everyone in in middle school, everything for like our track and field event, we have like a whole day that our school does that, and so they invited me up to the high school and I beat them too. And
Fuck you.
And so yeah, after that they kind of started to leave me alone a little bit more. So I didn't let it get to me. I mean, it was frustrating. I would sit there and I'd be like, damn it, really? That sucks. But I was that guy who was just like, I'll pick it back up and I'll just keep going and try to be the bigger man and use that towards something positive.
It's always a better thing, man. What do you guys do? Like, I know you're doing like a lot of social media. You're really like active with that. What do you guys do to give back to your fans, or at least interact with them?
I mean, I spend countless hours. I mean, over the last 6 years, probably of being in a band and being involved with social networking, I've probably spent collectively 6 months or more of my life just responding to fans.
Awesome.
When I could obviously be doing any number of things just for myself. And even now, like, the busier and the bigger the band gets, a lot of people kind of die off and they don't respond to fans. And while I don't always respond, I read everything and I try to respond to the ones that, are unique and they're genuine in their questions. The people who write me and they're just like, hey, I'm not going to respond to that. But there's a lot of people who genuinely want to know about lyrics and shows and kind of things that it's interesting to talk about. I mean, this is what I love doing, so I love, anytime I get to talk about that. And so I implore fans, like, write the band, write me, write us. We try to respond as much as we can. We're not ever going to be that band that's like too good for our fans. So
Awesome,
hopefully they know that. If you haven't picked up our new album, go pick it up. It's in lots of stores and on iTunes.
Sweet. Thanks for watching Crescendo TV. We're hanging out with The Word Alive. So much.